Hello Virgos, welcome in, welcome back, welcome to my channel. I'm trying something new for these readings. I'm going to be doing 6 weeks. It's going to be the mid-October to the end of October, and then through November. I need to give myself a little bit of time because I signed up for a class that's hopefully going to give me some more skills that I can bring to you, that I can bring to your readings, and just for some enrichment for myself. Taking my own advice from the last few Sagittarius videos I've done, I need to take some time and just, do something for me. And I hope you do the same. All right, so mid-October through the end of October and then through the month of November. I may be back before December, but I'm not going to make any promises. So I'm also taking the advice of a couple people that I know who said, let everyone see your energy, the love that you give, what you put into these readings, the energy that you give out. So I'm going to try this so you can let me know if you like this or not. So I'm going to use one set of cards for mid-October to the end of October and then a different set of cards for the month of November. Okay, so I do want to tell you that October 21st is the new Beaver moon in Libra. I incorrectly said it was the new Hunter's moon in the October reading that I did. So I don't know why. I think it might have been a different website. Maybe it's called a Hunter's moon in some and a Beaver moon in others. The moons have lots of names. So October 21st, new Beaver moon in Libra. Then there's a full Beaver moon in Taurus on November 5th. Then there's a new cold moon in Scorpio, November 20th. So be mindful of those energies that may be coming in. I forgot to pull a Halloween oracle card for the last group, so going forward I will remember to do that. I'm going to be using, my guides wanted me to use the tea leaf oracle. I don't often use this, but that's what they wanted me to. It's like as soon as I woke up this morning and I was thinking about getting these readings done or getting some of these readings done, boom, it was right there. So I know that was from them. I know this is what they want me to use. So we will go ahead with it. I always listen to my guides. My guides are beautiful and wonderful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting my channel. Please do give the video a like. It really helps things. All right, I got to pause the camera and get that other deck. Hang on. Okay, so for Tea Leaf Oracle, you have, this is for October, mid-October to end of October. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards, Virgo. Do not be tempted to lower your standards, okay? And then you have lobster. Mainers are really familiar with that. New Englanders. Financial pinch. Okay, so end of October, mid-October to end of October, you could be feeling a little pinch in your finances. Wreath. Sorrow over a loss. Okay. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to see this. But this could be any kind of a loss. It doesn't mean it's a person. It could be a person. It could be a job. It could be a friendship. It doesn't mean somebody's died either, right? So something that you may lose from mid-October to end of October. It could be a pet, a friendship, a job, a promotion, it could be any of those things. Don't get discouraged, right? All challenges make us stronger. Okay, we need to remember that. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for you from the Halloween Oracle because this is mid-October to end of October. All right, for my Virgos, let's hear it. Let's see it. Okay, Spirit, what is the card from the Halloween Oracle for my Virgos? I hope you all have a wonderful October. I love October. The weather, the trees here in Maine, the skies are so blue. It's just a really gorgeous time of year, and October is my favorite month. So, and then once we hit November, that begins the rush of preparing for the holidays. What are we doing for Thanksgiving if we celebrate that? What are we doing on Black Friday? Cyber Monday? Do we have our Christmas shopping done? Okay, here's how that happened for you. Turned over, flipped over in my hand right in the deck. Okay, Skull of Darkness, blind spots. I think Leo got this in their reading for October. Okay, Skull of Darkness, blind spots. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is the repeated patterns of pain that may alert us to them, the symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things keep happening over and over again. We may be betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continually. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work in uncovering our blind spot or even consulting a trusted close friend or professional to assist us to see what we cannot. So that is a card about patterns. It's about breaking patterns. It's about doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome, Virgos. So we can't just keep doing something again and again and again when it doesn't work out. You know, if you've tried something 2 or 3 times and you're getting the same end result, it's time to change that, right? What is it in the pattern that you need to change mid-October to end of October, right? Because remember, that's what these cards are for. What is the pattern that you have been repeating or that has been repeated in your life that you need to change? Okay, what is it? So you need to tune in, right? Meditate, focus, concentrate to see what it is. What is that pattern that needs to be broken? And try to break that pattern so that you can move on to November and have things be a little bit more smooth for you, right? Break the pattern, break the cycle. Sometimes, challenge makes us stronger. And we said that because you had those. Now, the pattern could have something to do with the financial pinch, right? Are you overspending and then spending months trying to catch up, right? Is there something that you need to cut out of your life that you will feel as a loss, but you know that cutting that thing out is going to be better for you in the long run, right? Could be that. Yeah. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Yeah. If there has been a pattern of you bringing your energy down in order to fit in or be in a group, or I'm trying to think, be around a certain person, are they doing things that you don't agree with? You know, it's those types of things. Okay, let's see. First card out is the King of Cups. Okay. So this is water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is masculine energy, right? This king, he's master of his emotions, right? He's mastered his emotions, but he's also a little bit bored. He's looking for a change. He's looking for something different. So this would point to your love life, your partner. If you don't have a boyfriend or a husband, then just leave this part behind because this is a collective reading, general reading. But somebody who's looking for something new. And I find that it's followed by the Knight of Cups, which is romance, okay? So when you have a bored King of Cups with a Knight of Cups galloping up behind, you need to change something about your love life and romance in your life. Maybe you need more romance in your life. Maybe your partner needs a little bit more romance. Maybe you need to change it up, you know, shake it up, do something different. Then you have the Hierophant. This is card number 5. Fives are change. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, but it is wisdom, religion, beliefs, traditions, okay? So maybe you have an unconventional relationship, right? And people don't like that. And they're looking at what you're doing and saying, why are you with that person? Or why are you doing this thing? Why is your job like this? Why aren't you being like her? Why aren't you being like him? Why can't you do it like them? Why can't you be a normal person? Or maybe you're saying that to yourself, right? This is what Spirit is giving me for this card. I know this is not typically what I say, but I feel like this card has to do with beliefs and traditions. Also telling you, Virgos, that you are the one walking your path, living your life. So you need to do what you feel is right as far as your beliefs and traditions, right? Then you have this Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving forward action in the way of money, jobs, and the physical. So maybe some of you are trying to get something off the ground. Maybe you're trying to get a new job. Maybe you're going for a promotion. Maybe you're trying to save money. Maybe you're trying to build up your 401k and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. I just can't get it done fast enough. Well, this Knight is here to tell you that forward action is forward action. It doesn't matter if it's going slowly, right? It's going forward. That's the key with him, that Knight, is it's going forward even though it's going slowly. You're not at a full stop. You're still moving ahead with the business, with your investments, with your, whatever it is. So then you have this Ace of Swords. This is a new opportunity coming in where you have to be very truthful with yourself and with those that are making the offer. Be sure that what they're saying is true. Be sure that what you're saying is true. So this could be anything. Swords are communication, right? But this opportunity could be in love, could be in a job, could be in a business. It could be anything. It could even be a trip. I always knock that end card off. But the key there is the opportunity must be in truth. Okay. And then the last card out is the Five of Swords. Okay, fives are changed. This is your second five. Something needs to change in those last couple weeks of October, right? This is somebody who's had a conversation, a debate, a discussion, a disagreement, and he's just basically saying, okay, let me just pick my things up and go home. It's like if you picture two kids playing and they argue, and then the one kid goes, all right, I'm just going to take my stuff and go home because we're not getting along right now. It's that kind of thing, that kind of energy, where whatever the conversation was, you know that it's time to walk away from it. After I get done with all the cards for November, I'm going to change the camera angle and I'm going to go over the entire spread for October and November quickly, of course, just to recap it for you, because there's going to be a lot of information coming out when we have a 6-week reading, right? All right, Animal Oracle for my beautiful Virgos. And do let me know in the comments if you like this kind of thing with me looking at the camera and then holding the cards up. And then the next one is not going to be 6 weeks, right? Hopefully the next time I come back, it's going to be maybe somewhere around Thanksgiving break. I'll come back and do the cards for December. And I may put up videos on different subjects, while I'm taking a break, but instead of doing, 12 videos and doing them a couple times a month and all that, I need to take some time to do that class. Ooh, this fell out when I wasn't looking. Swan. Okay, I happen to know a Virgo where a swan is very important, and I believe that when I did your October reading, or one of those last readings I did, you also had a swan from a different deck. So for all of you Virgos, but particularly for that Virgo, here's the swan showing up again. The swan showed up when we did a hypnosis session, a BQH session, and it's shown up 2 more times when I've done readings for you. So take heed. 34 is a 7, reflection. Reflecting back on the things that you've done. This is for, remember, the end of October. Find your inner beauty and express it. Find your inner beauty and express it. Yeah, we all have inner beauty. Sometimes we forget that what you should... And I just saw a post on Facebook the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, saying something about we should not... Our real true beauty should be coming from inside, in our heart and soul, not from our outer appearance, right? We all want to look good, of course, but real beauty is on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna, let me pause the camera for a minute and get ready for November. Hang on just a sec. Okay, now we're going to go into the November portion of your reading, Virgos. So let's see what the tea leaf has for, wow, January. Okay, the month of January is the first tea leaf out. So maybe you're working towards something that you're going to start in the month of January. So maybe in November, you're getting to work on something that's, excuse me, that's going to happen in January. Looks like Jack Frost, right? I know January is really cold where I am here in Maine. So January, it's looking like frigidity, something frigid going on. And then harp, great happiness. Look at that, great happiness. Looks like maybe a koi fish is on that harp. I don't know anything about koi fish. I know people love them. I don't really like fish myself, but as pets. Great happiness. Drink that in, Virgos. Drink that in. And then diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Remember, this is for November. So the energy of January with frigid and cold, the energy of the harp with great happiness, and the energy of the diamond. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. A precious gift doesn't have to be a diamond. It can be your time. Maybe in the month of November, you're going to be spending time with somebody that you love and care about deeply. And maybe you're going to be really excited that they're spending time with you. Of course, it can be a gift, obviously. But yeah, gifts come in many different sizes, shapes, and forms. All right. So for this, we're using the Pendragon Red Dragon deck, as I lovingly call it. It is a deck in the Welsh tradition and has a lot of stories in it. This deck was given to me by actually a Virgo friend. And I love this deck. I love the stories in it, but I don't have them all memorized. It's quite complicated. Okay. Let me see. Wow, a lot of cards came out. Knight of Pentacles again. Okay. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Something is moving slower than you want it to. That continues from October to November. Something is moving slower than you want it to. Oh boy, here come the swords. Thoughts, communication, what's going on there. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and you had a 5 of Swords. Okay, so some of the energies from October are going to bleed through into November, Virgos. The 5 of Swords energy, and the Knight of Pentacles energy. So still looking like there's some sort of... Now, let me also mention, because Spirit is giving it to me at this moment, that 5 of Swords energy can have to do with your arguments with yourself, right? Remember how I gave the example in the October of 5 of Swords that it's like you went over to a friend's house to play, well, looking at little kids, not... and you got into an argument with your friend and you said, all right, let me just take my stuff and go. Yeah, can that happen as adults? It sure can. We could go over to somebody's house to have coffee, go out to lunch with them, and we just have a disagreement that comes out of nowhere. And instead of fighting, we just say, oh boy, look at the time, I have to get going. And that's how we get out of that. And that's how we stop from losing a friendship. Don't let it go too far. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. First card out. Wheel of Fortune, okay? This typically means the wheel is turning in your favor. This is Sagittarius energy as well, but this wheel, look at her. She's in beautiful red, fiery, passionate gown. She's dancing under the stars. She's super happy. This is a 10. Whoops, a 10. Sorry, the camera's different when I'm doing it this way. This is a 10. Completing a cycle and beginning a brand new cycle, okay? And then we have this Knight of Pentacles again. So things moving slowly, still moving slowly in the physical. With your job, with your money, with your savings, with paying things down, paying things off. It's going slower than you want. But that's okay, right? Remember what we said before. The Knight of Pentacles is moving forward. It's just slower than you want it to go. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Woohoo! So, getting through the slower moving action of the Knight of Pentacles. In comes this opportunity with your job, with some way to make some extra money, to make more money. Some investment comes along, something that you want to do in the physical. All right. So you get that offer. And then, oh boy, are you keeping yourself from accepting the offer? Are you not believing the offer, Virgos? Because this Eight of Swords, swords being thoughts and communication, either your thinking is, I can't do this, I don't have enough, I'm not enough, blah, blah, blah. So you're holding yourself back from going ahead with that opportunity. Or you're letting other people's opinions about you. And remember when we had the Hierophant, that came up. Maybe you are not doing things in the traditional way that other people have done them. And you need to keep going the way that you're going, right? It's your life, right? Don't listen to other people's thoughts. I'm also getting the feeling, and the energy spirit is giving me that what you think people think of you is not really what they think. So it's like a person with imposter syndrome, right? Somebody who's thinking, oh, I don't know why anybody would want to come to me for a mediumship reading because I don't know if I'm really good at it. That's how we hold ourselves back, right? The energy of not believing in ourselves or thinking that other people don't believe in us when they do. Thank you, Spirit. More swords. Five of Swords energy again. And we just talked about that, how you may have to agree to disagree with somebody and walk away before the fight gets out of hand, before the disagreement turns into a full-blown argument and you lose a friendship, or you have bad blood with a coworker or something like that. So be really careful about that, Virgos. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, the eights are mastery and infinity. He's truly mastered what he's doing because, whoops, you can see all these pentacles that he's worked on and created, and he's very, very focused on that one thing. But he's not noticing all the things around him. The beautiful fruit tree, the birds, right? The kitty cat, because he's so focused down on this one thing that basically it's like a stop and smell the roses energy. It's telling you and reminding you that don't be so focused and goal oriented that you miss the joys of your everyday life. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's see what the animal oracle is, Virgos, for the month of November. Oh my gosh. Griffin. I happen to know that my same Virgo friend that I said about the swan also loved this card in the deck. So hi there, friend. This is number 26. This is another 8, and it follows behind an 8. 8 energy, right? Griffin. Balance, strength, and wisdom. Fight with honor. Okay? And that leads us right back to that Five of Swords message about not actually getting to that fight, right? About stopping things before they go too far, okay? All right, now let me pause the camera. I'm going to point it down and we're going to quickly review because this is already quite long, but I want to review it because it was a lot of info. Okay, so we started out, this is October up here, November is over here. So we started out with a flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards, okay? Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Then we had lobster, financial pinch. This is for the end of October, last couple weeks. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. And remember, this doesn't mean death. It may for some of you. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. It could mean the death of a person, the death of a friendship, the death of a relationship, something like that. And then you had the skull of darkness, blind spots. Be aware of your blind spots. Ask advice. If you're doing something over and over and over and you're getting the same result, get some advice from somebody that you trust, okay, on that. King of Cups, Knight of Cups energy. This has to do with your relationship, with romance. If some of you, this could be some of you that are bored because you don't have a partner and you're looking for romance. Now, in the end of October, is a good time to put yourself out there. If you're already in a relationship, it needs a little boost. It needs something different. Number 5, the Hierophant, Taurus energy. But this was the energy of wisdom, tradition, beliefs, and maybe you breaking from traditions and not worrying about what other people think of your unconventionalness. Thank you, Spirit. And then we moved over to the Knight of Pentacles, right? Slow moving action, but moving forward. Things aren't going as fast as you'd like in the financial or work world, but they are moving ahead. And then new opportunity, but it has to be in truth, right? Following that Ace of Swords was that Five of Swords energy where, you know, the truth may be you've got to walk away from an argument or a disagreement before it leads to the complete breakdown of that friendship or coworker relationship or whatever. And then you had that beautiful Swan card. That beautiful Swan card. That I can't read the words while it's, come on. All right. Find your inner beauty and express it, right? Beauty comes from the inside. All right. So that was mid-October to the end of October. Moving on to November, you had the frosty January message. This could be somebody giving you the cold shoulder. That's what I'm hearing right now. In November, you could, I don't know, something could be happening because you have that Five of Swords again, maybe with a friendship, and you feel like somebody's giving you the cold shoulder. It's okay. Give them time. Just let it go for now and give them some time. Then you have the Harp. Great happiness, right? Great happiness. Good. November's going to bring in some happy times. And then you had that Diamond, giving or receiving a precious gift. Giving or receiving a precious gift in November. Okay, and then we moved on to the cards. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy here. The wheel is moving forward. She's passionate about what she's about to do. Then you got this Knight of Pentacles again. So you could be feeling really passionate. I'm ready to go forward, ready to do this, whatever this October Ace of Swords is, moving into November. Boom, the Knight of Pentacles strikes again. Slows you down, slow moving, you know, action. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity coming in as far as work, how you make your living, how you make your money. Could be a new business opportunity, could be an opportunity to work with somebody else to collaborate on something. So that moves it a little bit quicker, right? So you could have action, passion. Oh, I really want to do this. I really want to take this class, do this class, share this energy, teach somebody something, you know, apply for this promotion, blah, blah, blah. And then you feel like it kind of slows down. And then you get another burst. This is all happening in November. Then you get another burst with this Ace of Pentacles. But what happens? The Eight of Swords comes in, your energy, your thoughts, or someone else's. You can't do that. Why would you do that? Don't go there. Don't, you know, you need to let that go, Virgos, okay? Do not hold yourself back with that kind of energy. Five of Swords coming in again, where you may have to walk away from something before it turns into a full-blown loss of a friendship or whatever. We don't want that to happen. We want to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run. Don't know why they gave me that, but they did. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is about focusing too much on one thing so that you're missing everything else around you, right? Maybe you're focused too much on lack. Maybe you're focused too much on, I don't have the skills for this yet. Maybe you're focused too much on what somebody else thinks about what you're doing. Let it go, okay? Let it go. Look around, open your eyes, smell the roses. And then you had that beautiful Griffin card. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus. Balance, strength, and wisdom, and fight with honor. That's where we said walking away from that argument is going to be the best way to preserve that relationship, right? Okay, guys, gals, I hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you like me doing the readings this way, and I will continue. As I said, this is mid-October through the end of November. I'm not sure when I'll be back with sign readings, but please do take care. I appreciate each and every one of you, and please, please give the video a like so it can move around YouTube. Peace and kindness every single day.